Hi, I'm Sylvie and I'm so excited because today I'm going to show you how to use our Pure Colour Blush Bronzer Contour Palette. So let's get started. I already have my foundation on. So what I want to start with is showing you how to use the bronzer blush palette, contour palette. So I'm going to take a big brush and first of all I'm going to use the bronzer, this one. So let's get started. I always recommend too that you have a tissue that you can just pat the brush onto the tissue to soak up the excess, because you don't want too much. We don't want to end up with blocks of colour on the face. So here we go with the bronzer. Now remember, we want to apply it where the sun would naturally kiss the skin. So can you see that, how it's just, I'm doing like a figure 3 on one side of my face. Again, I'm going to dip it into the bronzer, and again I'm going to just sweep it on my face. So that's very light, but if we keep going, we can also just add a little bit more where you think you might need it. So across the chin, I always like to, because I do have a bit of a longer sort of face, and up here. And you can just start light and build it up. Now, the next step is that I'm actually going to use one of my little eyeshadow application brushes and dip it into the bronzer again, and we're going to contour with it. So I want to contour down, make my nose look a little bit thinner. So we're going to, I know it looks like it's sort of stripy and everything, but don't worry, we're going to blend that away. And here, so we go into the points on the nose, so it can appear a little bit pointier, and down the other side. Right, so I look a little bit, I do look a little bit funny, don't I? Also, we can put it along the jowls of the face and blend away. Now you can use a brush, you can use your fingers. That's what I do. See how that sort of shadows that area, and I'll just do it onto the other side. This is just using my bronzer. I just want to get rid of that, and then I need to blend away with these down the side of my nose. And that's going to make a bit of a difference there. Just give you that more slender sort of look. Just shadows away. Can you see that subtle difference? Good. Okay, the next step is we're going to use one of the, or maybe two of the blushes. Because I'm using the Queen of Hearts today, that's pinks and cranberries, I'm going to use these two colours, and it's okay to blend them. I've got my blush brush, and what I'm going to do is just dip into both, and using my little tissue, dab it off before I start on my cheeks, finding the point where I want to start, which is just here, and just blending it out and up. And see, I have applied the bronzer on the underside of my cheekbone, so that's going to make it look a little bit more hollow. Don't go too much with this if you're old, much like my age and older. I've only done a very subtle contour. If you're younger, you can, but the older we get, the more sort of hollow we kind of look. I'm just wanting to accentuate my cheekbone, so I've done it very lightly, and I'm just using my blush now. That's quite pretty. It's the pinks and the cranberry kind of colours. So again, I'm going to do that on the other side. Now, finding the point and then blending. There we go. Beautiful. So always, if you think it's too much, just use your fingers just to blend a little bit more. Fingers are great. They really help to, especially when I'm putting on my foundation, I think it helps to blend in and smooth into the skin. Your fingertips are warm, so it really works for me.